I normally don't do this. Matter of fact, I don't think I've ever done this before here on the channel. I've never dedicated an entire video to WWE because I don't talk about television shows. We talk about sports, we talk about politics, we talk about cable news, the yentas on The View. Basically, we talk about reality here on the channel. We don't talk about the world of make-believe, and I damn sure don't waste time talking about simulated combat. But the reason I'm doing this today, I received countless emails from you guys all week this week saying how much you guys enjoyed watching me roast the dingleberries who were emotionally invested in choreographed carnage. So I figured we would have a little bit of fun this afternoon and I would give this a shot. Now, let me clear up one misconception before we get started. I do not hate the WWE. The only thing I hate is the WNBA dump. I do not hate the WWE. I actually respect it, but I respect it for what it is. When I was a child, I was a huge fan of professional wrestling, but like most children of the 90s, I eventually became a grown-up, and when I became a grown man, I put away childish things. Unfortunately, there are thousands, maybe even millions of grown men who are overly emotional about sports entertainment. I'm not talking about your average fan. I'm not talking about dudes who enjoy WWE for what it is. A TV show, a form of entertainment, maybe a chance to bond with their son. I'm not talking about kids who get lost in the world of make-believe like kids are supposed to do. I don't know if you know this, but the target audience for WWE is children. When I roast the grown men who are overly emotional about WWE, I'm talking about dudes like this. Look at this dude, champion of virginity. I would imagine that this dude hadn't seen the inside of a woman since birth. You see how he's got his thumb in the air? That thumb was probably just up his ass. Instead of going out on dates on Friday nights, this dude's at home watching Friday Night SmackDown. Instead of looking at girls in bikinis, he's looking at oiled up dudes in their underwear, watching them jump on top of each other from the top rope. Ooh, look at that frog splash. I wish I was laying on that mat and Brutus and his giant beefcake were jumping on top of me. Earlier this week, as I was doing some research on the Paul Heyman appearance on the Pat McAfee show, I came across several videos of grown men reacting to WrestleMania. Not all of them were bad. There were some level-headed content creators who treat the WWE for what it is. But there were a lot of dudes who were on the brink of having an aneurysm. There's no bullshit. I spent a full hour laughing my ass off watching grown men emotionally melt down over simulated fights. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't know of another television show that makes people this angry. When I'm watching Mobland on Paramount Plus, I'm not sitting in my living room screaming at Pierce Brosnan. When I'm watching Power on Stars, I'm not screaming at Omari Hardwick. No, Ghost! Why did you have to betray Tommy? The writing on this show sucks! How could they kill off the main character? Ah! If I reacted that way to a TV show, you know what I would be? Divorced. Apparently, I'm not the only one who finds it ridiculous that grown men refuse to grow up. I'm not the only one who finds it absurd that grown men are so upset over fake wrestling, they're humiliating themselves by screaming into a camera. As it turns out, I'm in pretty good company because the most electrifying man in entertainment, the people's champion, the great one, The Rock, he feels the same way I do. And this week, he crushed the dreams of booger pickers across America when he regretfully informed them that wrestling's not real. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. One of the reactions that I watched earlier this week, it came from a dude named Dave La Greca. If you were to see a picture of Davey, you would think that he was a nice grandfather. You'd probably picture him sitting on his front porch telling his grandkids stories about the good old days in the roaring 20s. Come here, Sonny, let me tell you about that time that I was singing in the Speakeasy Saloon. When you initially see Dave LG, you would think that he was a retired accountant or maybe a retired librarian. One of those boring jobs that don't require a lot of passion. But Dave La Greca is very, very passionate. He has an undying love for men's wrestling. Dave La Greca is the host of something called Busted Open. The only thing busted open was the hemorrhoid in his boodle after he damn near had an aneurysm over the finish at WrestleMania. Well, Casey, what is the finish? The finish is dork terminology for the end of a wrestling match. It's normally the point of climax unless the writers script the winner to be someone that grown men don't approve of. In this case, the selected winner was John Cena. John Cena made history Sunday night by becoming a 17-time world champion of make-believe. He surpassed Ric Flair, who was given 16 scripted championships throughout his legendary career. Apparently, this finish was no bueno for Dave La Greca. Monday morning, he opened his show on SiriusXM by going on a 10-minute rant. There were points where I had to turn down the volume because this dude was screaming so loud. I'm sure my neighbors thought there was a domestic disturbance, but it was just some old dude who was 50 years outside of WWE's target demo, yelling into a microphone about the ending of a television show. Watch it for yourself.
I'm a wrestling fan, but I cannot believe the same people that bitched and moaned about this guy 15 years ago, about this guy 10 years ago. He buries everybody, never puts anybody over. Oh, it's going to be okay come WrestleMania. We're going to get The Rock. We got no Rock. And you want to make Cody Rhodes look weak? Textbook making somebody weak. Last night at WrestleMania, on the biggest stage that there is, you just threw everything that you did for Cody last year, and you threw it right out the fucking window. But I love John Cena. Fuck you. Because all I heard was you bitch and moan about this and now I got to hear it on fucking Twitter, on Instagram, and people bitching and moaning, leaving Allegiant Stadium. This is what you wanted this. Where's the fucking camera? This is what you fucking wanted. This is what you fucking wanted.
Look, I have nothing against Dave La Greca. I'm sure he's a talented broadcaster, damn sure entertaining. I just think it's funny and absolutely ridiculous at the same time to watch a dude in his 60s lose emotional control over a television show. That's what the WWE is. This is a TV show. It's no different than Law and Order. Hell, it's no different than Ren and Stimpy. Matter of fact, the WWE is equivalent to Ren and Stimpy. It's a damn cartoon. Dave La Greca should be applying for Social Security. He's entering his twilight years. Why in the hell is he so upset over John Cena winning a fake title in a scripted wrestling match at WrestleMania? The Rock thought the same thing I did, and he sent a message of concern to Dave La Greca. Check it out for yourself. Now, as you can see, The Rock is clearly concerned about Davey's health. My inside sources are telling me that The Rock sent some complimentary preparation H to help Dave soothe that busted hemorrhoid. There is many ways to bruise the caboose, but this might be the first case that I have seen where a caboose was bruised by some dude yelling about fake wrestling. Obviously, the main point of contention amongst the nerds is The Rock telling Dave La Greca publicly that wrestling is not real. This is outrageous! What the hell is he doing? He just exposed the business. Kayfabe is dead. The business is never going to be the same. This is no bullshit. There are grown men outraged because The Rock said that wrestling isn't real. There are grown men accusing The Rock of destroying the business, including Dave La Greca, who claimed that he was hurt and disappointed that The Rock would do this. Excuse me? Hurt? Disappointed? Why? I'm pretty sure Vince McMahon exposed the secret back in the 1980s to avoid dealing with athletic commissions. The secret behind professional wrestling was exposed decades ago, yet for some reason, in the year of our Lord 2025, people are outraged that The Rock said wrestling is a work. While we are busting myths in the world of make-believe, let me go ahead and bust another one. I keep hearing about this supposed resurgence of WWE. I keep hearing about the resurrection of wrestling. Business is booming! Wrestling is cool again! We're being accepted by the mainstream! No, you're not. I'm sure WWE is doing well financially. They've got a deal with Netflix. I'm pretty sure they're still on Peacock and the USA Network. I often see WWE bragging about their views on social media. They'll combine the followers of every performer in the company along with the following of the company itself, and then they'll claim, we are the most popular brand on social media. Which, fine. That's fine. But that does not mean that the WWE is mainstream. They used to have a deal with Fox. I think that the SmackDown show used to air on Fox on Friday nights. When it was time to renegotiate the deal, Fox decided to decline. Why? My guess is people weren't watching. Truth is, the WWE is nowhere near as popular as they were in the 80s and 90s. And more than likely, they never will be again. Now, I can't speak to the 1980s because I was born late in 1984, but during the 1990s, the WWF was everywhere. I mean, everywhere. They dominated the 18 to 34 demo. There was a time when the WWF and WCW used to outdraw Monday Night Football. Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, these dudes were mainstream stars. Same with Hulk Hogan, Bill Goldberg, Ric Flair, DX, the NWO. Today, the WWE is a niche product. They have a strong following of kids and a strong following of grown men who never stop being kids. But it's not something that's taken seriously in the mainstream. And you know what? I think that's the point. The WWE isn't meant to be taken seriously. It's bad acting that leads to dudes pretending to fight each other in a ring that's mysteriously called the squared circle. It's not something that you're supposed to lose sleep over. It's not something that should cause visceral reactions from Grandpa, but for some reason, it clearly does. Give me your thoughts on this. WWE fans outraged because The Rock said wrestling ain't real. Maybe you can explain it. Make me understand. Why do people get so upset over make-believe? Why do grown men get so upset over something that's not real? It's like going to Disney World or Universal Studios and getting mad at Back to the Future. Make me understand it. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys tomorrow.